What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bullshot Darts. So the weeks of practice leading up to a tournament are very important, but what's even more important are the hours and minutes that are leading up to the tournament, because that's going to be the time that you need to get yourself in the best mindset possible to make sure that you can throw your best darts. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about some things that you can do before the tournament to get yourself in that positive mindset, to make sure that you throw your best darts and maximize your chances at winning that darts tournament. But first, guys, it is Bullshot's mission to grow the sport of darts. So if you are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop this video a thumbs up, and also go check out bullshotdarts.com. I will be releasing my first merch drop on there soon. Some really cool darts gear. I'm looking forward to it. So please make sure you guys go check out the Bullshot website. So, all right, guys, let's get into this. The weeks leading up to the tournament, we do a lot of practice. You know, you're working on your scoring, your doubles, your setup shots, and all that good stuff. And to make sure that you can make all that practice worthwhile, you have to make sure you get in the best possible mindset going into the tournament, because you could be having your best darts possible, but if you enter that tournament at a bad mindset, you're not going to be able to bring out those best darts. So I'm just going to talk about some things that I personally do, and maybe you can incorporate them into your, pre-darts tournament routines and stuff, and see if they maybe help you out. So the first thing that I do every morning of a darts tournament is I make sure I get in a workout or some kind of physical activity. And sometimes I get people saying, like, dude, why would you do that? Get your body all tired and stuff before you go to the darts tournament. So the thing is, when I work out, I'm not going to the gym lifting as heavy as I can, having a super intense workout. If I lift weights, I go on the light side with higher reps. And if I don't lift weights, it could be something as simple as just going for a walk. Just something that gets my body moving and gets my body warmed up, because by the time I get to the tournament, since I did some physical activity beforehand, my body's already warmed up and primed to throw darts. So that's one reason I like doing it. And also, being physically active, it's science. It just makes you feel good. Your body releases feel-good endorphins, so it's going to boost your confidence and raise your self-esteem, which is so important going into a dart tournament, because we want to make sure that we're as confident as possible going into that darts tournament. So I do it to warm up my body and to get my mind in a very good mindset first thing in the morning. And like I said, so sometimes I will do some light lifting, but if I'm traveling and there's not a gym or anything at the tournament, like I said, something as simple as just going, something as simple as just going for a short walk is going to be more beneficial than not doing it at all. So, I'll walk around the hotel room, or, if they just have like a treadmill there, I'll walk there. I'll do some push-ups in the hotel room, just something to get the blood flowing. All right, so the first thing is that workout. Next we got here, now these are in no particular order. The workout is what I do first thing in the morning. So that was the only thing that's in order for this video. All these other things are just, things that I do in no particular order. So another one is music. Now, I don't listen to just any music. I listen to music that makes me feel good. So there's plenty of music out there that I love, but when I listen to it, it doesn't necessarily make me feel good. It doesn't elicit an emotional response. It's just like, oh yeah, I like this music, I'm listening to it. I always make sure I listen to music that elicits a happy response and a response that gets me motivated and pumped up. So usually I'll throw on newer music that I'm listening to, because, when you hear a song hundreds of times in your past, like when you listen to it again, yeah, it could have that feeling still, but for the most part, I feel, that's just that kind of music where I listen to, I like it and stuff, but it doesn't give me that, like that happiness, that energy. So usually it's a newer music or newer songs, newer CDs that I've recently found, or something like that gets me pumped up. I actually uploaded a video on Instagram, I don't know, maybe last month, but it was one of the last tournaments I did. And there's this band, Waking the Cadaver. Like I said, I recently found them, and their music like would just get me so pumped up. So I was just sitting in my car before the tournament, just rocking out to them and just having the time of my life before going into the tournament, because, you know, playing my air guitar, pretending I'm singing with the band and all this stuff just gets me pumped up and makes me feel good. So music, I love listening to music just to put a smile on my face and get me in that positive mindset. Yeah, a lot of this video is just about that positive mindset. So music. All right, what do we got next here? Positive talk. So I do positive talk and manifestation. So I'm putting these two things together at the same time. You need to talk positive to yourself and also manifest inside your mind what you want at this tournament. So before every tournament I go into, I tell myself I'm going to win. I'm going to be the best player there. I'm going to win. Nobody's going to beat me. Now, do I win every tournament I enter? No, I've lost way more tournaments than I've ever won in my life, and I will always lose more tournaments than I ever win. But having that positive manifestation will help you throw better darts, and it will help you win more tournaments. So always positively manifest what you want to happen, and not even before the tournament, but do it during the tournament too. There's plenty of times where I manifest almost every time I go to the board. I tell myself, all right, I'm gonna hit a 180. I'm gonna take out this 170. You know, I tell myself that every time I step up to the board. There's never a part of me that's like, ooh, I might not hit this or anything, because when you have that more negative mindset, it's gonna be harder to hit those targets. So always manifest and have positive thoughts about your darts. And I know this can be hard at times, like if you are struggling at the dartboard, you know, it's easy to get in that mindset of like, oh, I'm struggling, I'm probably not gonna hit this and all this stuff, but I know it's easier said than done, but try your hardest to manifest the positive result. All right, what else do we got here? Talk to someone that is supportive. So for me personally, my girlfriend's been very supportive of my darts, and she's been coming with to a lot of darts, so a lot of times I'm talking to her leading up to the tournament, and I'm just talking about how I'm feeling, how my darts are feeling, how I think the tournament's gonna go, and all this stuff. Now, the reason I do this is because I get all these thoughts just out of my head. Positive thoughts or negative thoughts, if you overthink those things, it can mess up your darts. So having them in here, I don't think is a good idea. So whether it's positive or negative, I just get it out there so it's out of my head. If I'm throwing darts really good, you know, I don't want to get in a mindset of, you know, I got these really good darts and I don't want to waste them all in practice. So, you know, I'll sit there and I'll just talk about it and get it out of my head. So I'm not thinking about my good darts. I'm just throwing darts. And same with the negative. If I'm throwing bad darts, instead of me overthinking in my mind, I just say it out loud, and it helps me just forget about it and just throw darts. I also talk to my brother sometimes before tournaments in Nashville, the morning of the CDC match play. I went down and my practice darts were very bad. I was in a negative mindset, and I came upstairs to the hotel room with about 30 minutes before I had to be back in the dart hall. And I'm talking to my girlfriend like, oh, I don't feel good. My darts are bad. I just can't seem to get it right. My body feels tight. And I was just like, I need to call my brother right now. So I called my brother, and he was actually at work. He stepped away from his desk to talk to me. And the thing is, I didn't tell him to make me feel good. I didn't tell him to tell me anything. I was just like, hey, I'm at a darts tournament. I'm not feeling good. Just talk to me. So he knew exactly what to do to help me get in a good mind space. So he wasn't sitting there telling me like, well, do this, do that, do this, do that. No, we just talked, and he just helped me get my words out. He made me laugh, which helped put me in a positive mindset. And I went down to the dart hall, and I still didn't feel that comfortable, but talking to him, you know, just helped me laugh and be happy and stuff. In my first match, I ended up throwing a 90, my second highest competitive average. So talking to people who are supportive is a great way to get those thoughts out of your head so you're not overthinking them. And also just talking to someone supportive, they're also going to help motivate you to throw good darts at the tournament. All right, next we have how I warm up at the tournament. So at the actual darts tournament, my way of warming up for the tournament is I like to take breaks in my warm up. I'm not the kind of player that's going to throw for an hour straight leading up to the tournament. My reasoning for this is because whether my darts are good or bad, I like taking those breaks because there's going to be breaks in the tournament. So I just like to build that into my warming up and my practice before the tournament. Because if I'm throwing really, really good in practice, I don't want to start thinking like, oh, I'm going to waste all these good darts in practice and then the tournament's going to start. I might not throw well. And on the flip side, if I'm throwing bad, it's like I just need to get away from this dartboard for a second. I would rather have no practice session than a bad practice session. So if my darts are bad, I want to walk away so I can just recoup and think, okay, when I get back to this dartboard, I'm going to throw really well. And when I throw well, I like to step away because I don't want to overthink my good darts. And also, like I was saying, whoa, that one was way high, double 20. I like to just, mimic the tournaments or mimic the tournament during practice. Like I'll take those breaks and stuff and, work on taking a break and getting back to the board and still being strong. Now, the last thing here, I'm just going to throw my last couple darts because I'm just about done talking. I know you guys are sick of hearing me. Oh boy. Oh. Hoping I could get it in the 180. My phone's buzzing like crazy right now and I'm sweating a lot. I hope you guys can't see it. So the last thing I'm going to talk about here is a supplement that I take. Now, some people might think like, what are you doing taking this before a darts tournament? It's going to mess you up, but hear me out, guys. So I always take caffeine before the tournament and during the tournament. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking like caffeine's bad. It's going to give you the jitters, too much energy, and darts is a game of, being relaxed. So I measure the caffeine I put in my body. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I'm very, conscious of stuff I put in my body. And I measure all the caffeine I put in. So if you don't do this, I highly recommend doing it just so you know how much caffeine you're putting in your body. And so like your tolerance levels and stuff. But I'll take 50 milligrams about an hour before the darts tournament. And I think 50 milligrams is about the equivalent of a can of Diet Coke. So about that much, about an hour before the darts tournament. And it's just enough to give me energy and a positive mindset. Caffeine is an upper, so it boosts your confidence. It boosts your self-esteem. So that's the biggest reason I take it, is because when I take it, it just makes me feel happy. It makes me feel confident that I'm going to do good on the dartboard. And another thing too, it just helps with the energy. Darts isn't the most physically exhausting sport, but when you're playing darts for a day-long tournament, I don't care if you're the best athlete in the world, you're going to be exhausted, fatigued, and you're going to be feeling it. So I always take 50 milligram doses throughout the tournament. I would never take more than 50 milligrams within like a 2-hour span, because then I would be, tempting that territory of in between possibly getting the jitters and getting me too hyped up and messing up my darts. So, all right, guys, I think that's all I got to say for this one. We had some videos pop up over here. Make sure you click one of them or both of them. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, drop this video a thumbs up. The more Bullshot Darts you watch, the more 180s you will hit, and that is a proven fact. So hit that subscribe button. Check out bullshotdarts.com for the merch drop that will be happening soon. I'll see you all in the next one, and shoot well.